The Passover approaches, but don't forget the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The importance of unleavened bread. Before I proceed, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahawah, His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Sig honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3, and to the confusion facing the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is a just quick video on the Passover is to be kept by the men of Israel. All right, women are not to attend the Passover, but but you should. You believe you are part of the body of Yahawashi, even if you are a woman or somebody who's not on the highways and byways, or someone who don't upload videos, but you believe you're a believer. You're 1/3. The Passover is going to happen next Thursday evening, right? And once the sun goes down, that will also not only start the Passover and the ceremony, they will also start the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which lasts from sunset of that Sabbath all the way to the 7th Sabbath, which will make a complete week. And there should be no leavening in your house, meaning no baking soda, no baking powder, no cream of tartar, no yeast, no beers. Can't have beers in your house. You can drink wine throughout that week. Certain breads. Be aware of certain how should I put it? Certain condiments you buy may have yeast in it. Like you may be all right then. Well, I'm gonna eat salads and all. Well, you may buy some ranch dressing that has yeast in it. So make sure you watch the ingredients. All right. And as you can see on the screen, I have a list of all of the leavening and yeast agents that you can put inside dough that helps it rise. All right. Now, I'm gonna do a video on the Passover, but I want to do a quick video on the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So the women, the children, and even the young men or the men, period, who don't go out and, or if you're solo, if you're by yourself, because in order to have the Passover, you have to have at least more than one person. But brothers have kept the Passover by themselves because of their faith, what compels them, the spirit. But the importance of the Feast of Unleavened Bread is because we were to make haste to get out of Egypt during this time, right? We were to put the blood on our posts and have our feet covered with our shoes. In other words, to have our shoes on, because after we was to have that the Passover, then we were to flee Egypt that same time. So there's a lot of symbolic reasonings on why you have your shoes on during the Passover. Why you have unleavened bread. Why you don't dress the lamb or the sheep, the goat. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason, because everything's in haste, right? The Lord even tell you how to prep it, how to prep the food, how the unleavened bread and all of that. But let me go ahead and just read these quick precepts for you, and I'm gonna just close out. This is Exodus chapter 12, verse 1 through 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. So technically, spring will be the first season of any year. Hence, offspring mean that you're bringing forth life. Hence, butterflies, birds are chirping, children are playing, people are frolicking, right? You can't do that in the dead of winter. So you would know that the first day of the first year, you started counting from the first day of the first year, or pretty much the spring equinox, right? If I'm not mistaken, into the 14th day, which would be the Passover. So 2 weeks from the first day of the year, or should I say 14 days from the first day of the year would be the Passover. So this goes to show you that January is not the first month of the year. It really goes down to what you would consider March, right? Hence Easter, but that has nothing to do with the Passover, but we'll leave that alone. And I'm going to do a video on that also, because Easter is also mentioned in the Bible. So let's keep going, y'all. Exodus 12 and 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it, according to the number of the souls. Every man, according to his eating, shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. So that means what? The 14th day from the first day of the year. Okay? And you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Notice in the evening, because the beginning of the day really starts in the evening. All right? And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Right? So when it even tells you when you cook the lamb, you cook it with the entrails, you cook it with everything in it. And then also when you have the unleavened bread, because leavening takes time for it to make the dough rise, and we were making haste to get out of Egypt, right? And also we have our shoes on. Once making haste means to make, to move quickly. For those of you who ever played Pokemon on Game Boy Color, they had a move called haste, and it made it. Sometimes you can get two turns compared to your enemy's one because you move quickly. Hence haste, make haste, right? And the bitter herbs is also synonymous with the bitterness that we had to endure during our captivity in ancient Egypt. Remember, it said they made us make the the treasure cities of Pithom and Ramses with rigor, and much affliction. Okay? Now, Exodus 12 and 17 through 20. Now, everybody in Israel needs to keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Because the ceremony for the Passover was for the men, but you women and you children and even the other men who probably don't know how to keep the Passover, you can still keep this, y'all. Take all the leavening out of your house. Like I said, baking powder, baking soda, cream of tartar, actual yeast, active dry yeast, or active yeast. No beer, because there's yeast in beer. Look at the products in your house. Look at certain dressings, certain condiments you have that may have yeast in it. Always keep that in mind, okay? So Exodus 12 and 17 through 20. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in the self same day I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. Hence, we are rehearsing the righteous acts in the land of drawing waters. Hence, America, known as Babylon the Great in the Bible. Verse 18, and the first month, listen here, y'all, in the first month, so it's the beginning of the year, on the 14th day of the month, at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. So from the night of the Passover up until 7 days from that same day, that same evening, which is 1 week, you are to eat unleavened bread. Okay? 7 days shall that don't mean you can't eat. That don't mean you can't eat chicken or beef or lamb or I'm just saying in general. Hey, wash your boxes of cereal to anything. Well, yeah, you read all the ingredients, y'all. Okay. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. So we are rehearsing the righteous acts. If let's say we get to day 4 in the week and you've been doing good at your job, you ain't eating nothing, they got leaven, you've been keeping it kosher, trying to keep it right. Then all of a sudden you just so happen to look in your parents, you be like, what's this? And you see yeast. Don't feel bad. We're rehearsing the righteous acts, and we're under grace. You saved by grace, but you showing your faith by your works. Like, this is a great time, really, even for the sisters. Who we really want to contribute, whether you're paying tithes or you're in the comment section giving blessings. This would be a great time for you also, because the angel Raphael, he report all the prayers of the saints to the Most High, and you constantly have the eyes of the Lord upon His sinful kingdom. So if the Lord's here, you doing this, that's a great feat for you. That's you really laying up your treasures in heaven, because you believe that by your faith and your works that you will be saved. Right? So verse 20, ye shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Alright? So that's a quick video just on the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the importance of having the unleavened bread, because we had to make haste to flee Egypt. And remember, it takes time for bread to ferment, to rise, because the yeast has to be activated. All right, so that's why I want to do a quick video on the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and not to forget the importance of why the bread is unleavened. And this is really one of the times of the year where you women can really show how much you love and care for YAHAWASHI Shai. All right, by doing this, and you also have the Day of Atonement, to where you fast for a whole day too. So those are two key things you can do in our heritage, women and children, that show how much you love YAHAWASHI. And likewise to you men as well, who may not be able to keep the Passover, or who may not know how to even keep it by yourself. You can still keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread to the best of your abilities. All right. And I want to say, Kwam YASHARAHLA, Mawafla Babal, Ko Holoyim La YAHAWAH Shimi Yahushai, Bahashem RAWACHAA QADASH Dam YAHWAH LAWAYA. Aman. Shalom.